You're listening to the official Minnesota Wild podcast, presented by Acrisure.
Well, what a period in Detroit. Wild put 4 on the board. They lead the Red Wings 4-1 after 40 minutes of play. Tom Reid with a player here in a matter of moments at Little Caesars Arena, followed by Tom Reid's Hotline. So get your questions in now. A matinee Easter edition of Tom Reid's Hotline, and with it come a pair of tickets to an upcoming Minnesota Wild home game. You could win. You can't win if you don't try, and if you don't win, you can still get tickets at wild.com/tickets. Yeah, the Wings scored the first goal of the hockey game on the first shot of the hockey game, just 100 seconds in, but go to the second, and Matt Boldy evens it at a goal apiece.
Here's Boldy with Johansson. Boldy a shot. He scores! From the right circle, Matt Boldy muscled it through Talbot. 18 seconds into period 2. The Wild have tied this game at 1.
Yeah, and you know if Matt Boldy's going to score his team-leading 41st of the year, Kirill Kaprizov can't be far behind, and 67 seconds later, he scores his 41st.
Rescues it, spins right side, lifts one, he scores! Traffic in front, Ryan Hartman along wrister, Kaprizov got a chunk of it, and the Wild, just like that, have a 2-1 lead here in Hockeytown.
Boy, Hartman, once again, what a year he is having right now. He's in a hot streak, as we've talking about him time and time.
Yeah, no question, Tom Reid. First of 2 on the day thus far for Kirill Kaprizov, who now leads the team with 42 goals and 86 points. Tarasenko also on the board in that middle frame. Wild all over the Wings now, 4-1 after 2 periods of play. They scored on 50% of their shots there in the second period. They took 8 shots at Cam Talbot. He stopped just 4 of them. Wild lead the Wings 4-1. Speaking of Ryan Hartman, he's with Tom Reid at Little Caesars Arena.
Well, at the end of 2 periods, Minnesota has exploded in period number 2, getting 4 goals. They lead 4-1 right now, and one of the guys who's responsible for that is downstairs with us right now, Ryan Hartman. And Ryan, I guess, what a terrific game yesterday, but this game also another good game team-wise throughout the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, obviously we were down a goal going into intermission there in the first. They only had 3 shots, so we're still happy with kind of how the period went, even though the scoreboard didn't reflect it. And a great start to the period by that line Bolds getting us started, and then I think our transition game was phenomenal. We were quick upping, we were sneaking guys behind their D, and we were getting breakaways and rushes, and like I said, our transition game was great that period.
And you've been around a long time, and you know, going into the playoffs, everyone has to have a piece of the puzzle here and be a piece of that puzzle to make it work. But you guys have really stepped up. What's been the key thing, do you think, with this hockey club?
Yeah, obviously we went in a little bit of a down spurt there the past couple of weeks before the last couple of games, but you get that first win and you finally play a game the right way, and you start to realize what we need to do. We're just getting away from things. Obviously we want to build our game and feel good going to the playoffs, and we like how we're playing right now.
And how about your game itself? And now you have a 6-game point streak going here right now. A couple of assists here tonight, and you picked up 10 points in that 6 games. And obviously, you're playing with the confidence you need to play this game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do that all year. I'd have a lot more points. We're good. Things are going well with our line. I think we're playing the right way. We'll hold on to pucks more. I think, when you're fighting things and things aren't going great, you kind of force plays and some blind passes and some maybe hope plays. Kind of eliminated that from our game for the most part, and just trying to, if you don't see it 100%, hold on to it and, make the plays that are there.
I want you to get in the dressing room and get some rest here. Get ready for period number 3. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Ryan Hartman, I guess here, Kevin, has a terrific season for Minnesota so far, especially late. Let's go back to you.
All right, thank you, Tom, for joining us in the intermission. The Red Hot Ryan Hartman will get a gift certificate down to Tom Reid's Hockey City Pub. I don't know about you. Would you rather be hot at the start of the season or at the end of the season, ramping your way into the playoffs? I'd pick the latter, and I think you can say that for Ryan Hartman, who has a pair of helpers today and now has a career-long 6-game point streak, 6 goals and 10 points over the course of the last 6 games, helping the Wild build up a 4-1 lead over the Red Wings after 2 periods of play. Quick break, and then we've got Tom Reid's Hotline. You better hurry. Text us 64686 because your questions are next. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.
streaks in, and he scores to a loose puck from right off the bench. Kaprizov high, short side, his second of the period, and it's all Minnesota right now. The Wild have a 4-1 lead.
Kirill Kaprizov, 2 goals today, 42 on the season. And how about this time, Reid? 4 goals in the last 4 games and 9 goals in 8 games all time against the Detroit Red Wings. I think Kirill Kaprizov likes facing off against that team from the East. Welcome to Tom Reid's Hotline. Text us at 646-86. You could get a pair of tickets to an upcoming Minnesota Wild home game. I'm going to jump right into it, Tom, since we're kind of short on time. And let's talk about Ryan Hartman. Nate from Burnsville says it's fun to see playoff Hartman come to life. What does it take to ramp players up and get them to a competitive level before the playoffs come?
Yeah, and, it's working for Minnesota right now. Just the way they're playing, I think everybody in the Minnesota squad right now has to feel pretty good about their game and where it's going. But what I really like is the quickness of how they execute their passing, how they're tape to tape. They've got targets, and they're not sitting back. I mean, they're taking it to the teams they're playing against as of late, including yesterday against Ottawa, and now here against Detroit. Detroit had that first goal. You wonder how a team is going to react giving up a quick goal like that. But they have not looked back. They came into that second period. They were ready from the drop of the puck on that one. There's no question getting 4 goals in that period number 2.
Yeah, like you said, 4 straight goals. One of them goes to Vladimir Tarasenko, who I can't believe he's got 22 goals this season. No one expected that coming into the year, but he has been amazing. Izzy in Las Vegas, and also from the 612 area code, want to talk Vladimir Tarasenko. How big of a surprise has he been to you, Tom? And how valuable will his playoff experience become in the next couple of weeks?
Look, yeah, and it's going to be very valuable. You look at right now, he's now in his 13th year in the National Hockey League, too, so he's got that experience. He knows what it takes. This is also game number 901 for him. Yesterday was the 900th game, but boy, he's picked up 705 points coming into this contest, and he just continues to shine. He's getting points also. When you look at the last 10 games, I think he's got like 9 or 10 points now as well. But he's a guy that didn't like his year last year when he was with the Detroit Red Wings. He only had 11 goals, as Joe pointed out earlier, and all of a sudden now here is a guy sitting at 22 goals on the year, and he is one of those guys that just eludes the confidence, and just a nice guy to be around all the time.
About a minute here. I'll give you this one from Sam in St. Paul. Hard to think about the Detroit Red Wings and not think of Gordie Howe. What was it like to see that guy on the other side of the ice when he wore that North Star or Blackhawks jersey?
Well, I played against Gordie for a few years, and I can tell you that he was a tough guy to play against. I mean, he was a very physical guy, and you didn't know when it was coming. I thought the last couple of years his eyes were going, Kevin, because he thought the puck was on top of my head a couple of times. So I knew full well that, look out. But, you had to play him hard, but he was strong, and he was more than willing to combat anybody who got in his face.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Tom Reid with a brief version of Tom Reid's Hotline. Someone's going to get a text, and with it will come a pair of tickets to one of the final 2 remaining Minnesota Wild regular season home games. If you don't get that text, you can still go wild.com/tickets. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino. Kaprizov's got a pair. Boldy and Tarasenko as well. 4 goals in that second period. Erased the 1-0 deficit, and the Wild lead the Wings 4-0 after 2 periods of play. Philip Gustafsson between the pipes, 8 of 9. He has stopped the Wild and Wings both 0 for 1 on the power play. The third is next from Little Caesars Arena. This is Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino. The best place to go for all your Minnesota Wild audio needs is the official Minnesota Wild podcast presented by Acrisure. Everything Minnesota Wild related, including highlights, press conferences, players, coaches, general managers, and more. It's available on the official Minnesota Wild podcast presented by Acrisure. It's all just a click away at wild.com/podcast.